I've been doing calculations, as well as looking back at old NASA footage and raw data from satellites hovering above Earth. And I just can't escape the conclusion that the Earth might actually be flat. That's not me. It was never me. Those aren't my words. That's what's called a deepfake.
Yeah, no,
I've been
that's what's called the bullshit. Some may even argue that it's a deep bullshit, but a bullshit nonetheless. And just to make it clear, I'm not accusing him of believing that the planet is flat, because I don't think that's just a deep fake. I believe that that is online hysteria. And if that's the purpose of the video, as you can see, it's successful, 17.5 million views. Very unsettling episode, right? So Del got unsettled. It's so over. Yeah, I didn't think in 2023 before, blah, blah, blah. Why do I think that it's not a deep fake? Well, here's my thing. Like, first of all, obviously, like, this is subjective, right? Like, you cannot possibly know unless you were in the room with him when the deep fake was created. So, if he wants to prove me wrong, there is the possibility of recording himself doing the deep fake and what program he used. And if he can show to the public that, yes, like, this is how the AI that I used works, and this is how you create the deep fake, then I will believe him and I'll make an apology video and take this down. But unless I see that, I do not believe for a single second that that is a deepfake, unless he's got access to, like, a technology that just doesn't exist on the market. What I mean by this, anyone that uses AI in order to make video, like, you will know that there are artifacts. Like, there are certain tells. You know, the AI doesn't do it 100%. The frame rate isn't this smooth. There would be artifacts in the background, first and foremost. You would probably see at least some inconsistencies with the way he is moving his lips. Another problem that AI has, if you try to make videos with it, you will notice that it can usually make videos up to maybe like 10 seconds or a little bit more. But like after that, it starts going haywire. And what people can do is, you can try doing this type of video editing where you show like one picture of an AI and then you skip to a different frame, right, in order to like trick the audience. But here's the problem with that. You would get one image that looks a little bit different than the other. And here I notice everything, including the gray in his hair and the color of his mustache is the exact same. So again, like, unless he actually shows me what AI he used and what process he created in order to replicate this exact video, I'm willing to call bullshit. Especially when there's obvious astroturfing about this panic about deepfakes. Like, everyone is panicking about deepfakes now, as if, you know, we didn't have Photoshop before, or we couldn't manipulate audio, like, you know, there was no way for people to create fakeness before, you know, like, use, these advanced Hollywood masks. I mean, there are world leaders that have body doubles, for fuck's sakes, you know, there was no moral panic about that. The whole issue with deepfakes, and this is what genuinely concerns me, isn't that someone would show a video that's fake and try to pass it off as real. Because if you do that, it's like, sure, you know, like the public is going to generate some outrage for a couple of days, but usually it's revealed, no, look, the video is fake, right? And it comes out. I mean, on the internet, the information speed is like 2 or 3 days at max, and it comes out that the video is fake. Like, so far, I have not seen the public being manipulated for more than a couple of days with the fake videos, you know, without immediately, like, having some community notes under it. So my concern isn't that someone is going to show a fake video and pass it off as real. My concern is that there's going to be a real video and the fact checkers are going to pass it off as fake. And anyone that lived through the Biden era, the era of fact checkers, right, of experts, you guys know, like, the Hunter Biden laptop story, right? Real story, and fact checkers called it fake. And so what do you do when, you know, like, let's say you have the Democrats managing to get back in power, And they reinstalled their censorship apparatus, which is going to be a lot more easier because now right-wingers are agreeing that censorship is a good thing. And one of the things they're going to do is, like, you're going to see an awful video like the Irina assassination, right? Or, well, maybe not the Charlie Kirk assassination because that one was public, but like the Irina assassination is a great example, right? And the administration can just tell social media, nope, it's a deep fake, take it down. And social media will comply, right? So what then? That's what I'm afraid of. That's the real danger of this deepfake hysteria. It's not the fact that you will see a video where, you know, someone says something that they didn't say, and then that person comes out and says the record straight, and that's it. And by the way, like, if we actually lived in a world where deepfakes existed and you genuinely couldn't tell, I think that would actually be a better world. It would destroy the whole cancel culture. It would destroy the whole culture of the soundbite. I think it would actually be a better place. You know, we lived for so many fucking years without the soundbite. Do you guys remember that when you were younger and social media didn't exist, right? And so, like, you didn't really have, like, a guy being caught on camera saying, like, 10 seconds of dumb shittery, and then everyone tried to cancel him because he said something, right? Okay, so we live without that. So what's the bad deal? You know what? You're going to have, like, politicians still giving official speeches, which cannot be deepfake. And by the way, there's already ways that you can fight against deepfakes. And it's interesting that none of these doomsayers called them out. Like, for instance, one of the ways to fight against deepfakes, and the politicians are already doing it, is something they call a watermark with lighting. In other words, you know, when a politician goes and has a speech, they have, like, special lights now on the background that are invisible to the video, but they're good enough so that the AI can catch them. It's kind of like when you make money, and, like, the money has, like, certain tells, like, certain things that are invisible to the naked eye, but, like, when you put the UV ray or something like that, you get to notice it. You know, like, some countries have that. Pretty much, like, this is what they're doing with politicians' speeches now, so that if someone tries to deepfake one, they're basically saying, no, your water light is missing, right? Like, the AI is not going to replicate that. And so, there's a way around it. And by the way, like, the most easy way, the most basic bitch way to tell if something is AI or not, you can always use another AI. Like, I know people are reluctant to use ChatGPT and Gemini because new technology is scary. I get it. Or they don't understand their limitations. Fair enough. But you can always take videos like these and put them into Gemini or Grokky and ask Grokky, is this fake or not? And sure, you know, like, it's going to sometimes give false positives or false negatives, but usually it arguments why it would think that it's fake. Like, it would say, have you noticed the background, blah, 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 blah. And it can even, like, zoom in and show you the artifact. In which case, it's like, yeah, okay, so this one is fake. But notice how they're not trying to train the people in order to figure out for themselves, like, what is a deepfake or not. What they're trying to do is to create panic. And again, the panic is that if you can't tell what's real, then maybe the government can help us, right? Like, maybe we can beg the government for some help, and they're going to figure out solutions on how we can discern reality, because we're too dumb, but the government is smart and powerful. You know? And by the way, like, there could even be private initiatives. Like if this is a genuine public concern where people can't tell if a video is deepfake or not, why wouldn't, like, a private company notice that there's this demand in the market and create a website called Is This Video Real? And you upload the video there, and they have, like, their own AI systems, and they scan it, or their own team of experts, and you pay some money, and they would figure it out. Again, I don't understand the moral panic of this, especially when, you know, you live in a time that's quite recent in human history where video evidence exists. Like, people for thousands of years managed to run their societies without video evidence, and so, okay, we can do that again. You can still require witnesses, you know, people that were there, so on and so forth. Like, why do you need so much video evidence? So, no, I'm not shocked because of deepfakes. What I am shocked is what the government can do in response to said deepfakes. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.